I just realised that I hadn't actually taken a picture. Now I've got the car back together of where the fan, you know, what it looks like up there. So I guess you can see the tightness of the space as well. So that's really all I can get because it's so tight. But just to show you that there is limited room, you know, the pollen filter bits on top left, and then up to the right, you know, where the screw is, and then as you can see on the roof how tight it is. But yeah, I thought it'd be better get you a photo of that, you know, the free screws on it, and the bit on the right. Obviously this is my new one, but really not having a photo of that is missing too much. So at least you can see, you know, what it looks like. Oh man, I'm exhausted. It got one out really easily. I was just trying to use my T10 on this, but it was too long to get the 3 bolts out. So one of my neighbours came past and gave me a smaller one. So what you definitely need is a smaller T10, that short, and then you can get the 3 of them out there. The other 2 are the one on the far side is really difficult, and I've nearly got the other one out. I was trying to use the, you know, the bendy ratchet thing, so I think I might be able to get it out. But God, I nearly gave up. It took me an hour. That I was killing. But yeah, that was trying to do it with this was too long. It only got the near screw out. So yeah, get a small one. And I got the most annoying bolt he said out. I used that. I couldn't even really do it, but somehow I managed to get it adjusted. I don't know. I held on to the end and tried to go back, but for someone's better probably manage. So now, as you say, they're all out. So I guess now it's time to try and pull it away. Oh. Right, I managed to get it out, but God, it got stuck like in there, and that wire there was right close. So I tried to tape it, but I don't know, I just hope it didn't cut it. It seemed to come down there and out when you pulled the clutch. So I've managed so far. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a wash inside, because I've washed the fan as well, and then it can go back, so that'll be like where it goes through. So just turn that wipe. Okay, well, I tried to push the fan up, you know, the gap up by the clutch, but stupidly my wife was away and I tried to do it myself. I tried to do it without pushing the clutch down, and then the pin went towards the fan, so and then it looked like it got stuck. So I did manage to get it out. It wasn't going to go up. And then darkness has beaten me. You then get to the next issue. I was like, well, how do you lock the car without a battery? And well, you seem to only have like one key lock, so you can lock the driver's door. I worked out that the clutch, the release for the bonnet, you can shut that, and it's manual. It doesn't require any electric. But your other 3 doors are still open, so they're going to be out all night. So I've had to remove, you know, the sat nav and stuff like that. So I guess we'll just, and we've moved all the parts inside, so we'll just have to reconvene tomorrow and have another go. But God, we'll get there. Hopefully I've not damaged the part, hopefully it's fine, and we'll stick it up. They're still open, so if anyone knows how you're supposed to do that, then you should let people know, but I don't know. It sounds like there's just no way to lock them without a battery. So try tomorrow, try another day. Okay, well, I did try yesterday morning. I got the fan up there, and then I had about an hour, and I just kept like banging it everywhere. I couldn't get the lid on, and I think half the mistake that, you know, that I'm making is I'm no systematic. There's no system to it. So I think actually what I have to try and get is I need to try and pull it down, I think. And you always have to make sure that this wire's clipped in, and then it's that way, you know, it turns on itself. So I always need to get to that stage where it's straight, because what ends up happening is you end up getting up there, and I'll just show you this wire here gets twisted. It gets twisted all the time. Like you see, like that. There, see, it's twisted, so I'm screwed, and that's what I can't afford to do. Is get it twisted, and then I keep pushing the thing through the hole, but if you push it through the hole, it just falls. So in a way, I need to get it out now and make sure that you get it in that position so that you're then getting it straight like that, and that's where I'm missing. So I need, and then I maybe need her to get to push the pedal down and try, but I can see on the fan, you see like on the good one that it's getting damaged on the edges and stuff. No, this is the bad one, but I mean I might have damaged it already, but it's really hard. So I've got a strategy now, so I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and every time pull this down, untangle it, make sure it's straight, and then you have to get the system, because this bit gets in the way all the time and stuff, and because it sticks out, and there is a strategy. So it's really, really hard. So I've got the bin man coming today, and they can't get around my roundabout, so they're not going to be happy. But yeah, so taking on a bit, and the horses aren't very well either, so it's not the best of time to attempt it. Right, so that's where we are. But I'll keep trying, maybe tomorrow, or if we get an hour. And the other problem I seem to be getting is, you know, the other wire up there. I worry I'm knocking it all the time. You know, the one off the top of the clutch. So I think I maybe need to undo that wire up there as well, because that would then maybe give me a wee bit more space as well to join it together outside. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think I've taken that out. Oh, and also I taped the wire, the other wire that was getting in the way, that was dangling down for the clutch. So that's a good strategy. And also tape these wires out of the way. It at least gives you some space. But yeah, so still screwed. But I tried it. I'm trying anyway. So see, part of my new systematic approach, to start with, you have to make sure that wire's straight, right? And then when you push it up, there's like a clever swing I think I've got to do. But basically, I think if it ever gets stuck, I'm gonna have to push the cable down and make sure that I get it starting like that, because like just now it was twisted like 6 times, and then obviously it won't go on. So that's where my issue is. So here I'm gonna leave it at the side. I'm gonna put it down and wait until my wife is here to hold this pedal, and then maybe if I'm really clever, I think I know how it swings, and I'll have a go. Okay, I seem to be at this stage now. You see, I've got the wire, and then the box is on to the right of it, right like that. So you can actually see that in the picture. I've got the whole thing up. So if I just pop that in, you see the wire, and then the wire goes back the way. So therefore all I need to do now is lug them up somehow by lifting this other bit on the side, which is the really tricky bit. So as you see, the pin's behind it, so that pin needs to go in there. So I need to lift it out and then do that. Also notice, sorry, it's really hard to show this. If you notice that long sticky bit there, that's the top, and that's the bit that needs to swing round. And also if you see the other part up there, the bit with the screw, it'll swing round as well once I've got it all connected. Once I've got that fan onto that, then it's in the right position to then push round to the far right hand side, you know, to where that screw is positioned, which is over there. So in other words, I'm going to leave it there just now. Okay, right, I've got all 3 screws in. I did it halfway up before you go up the way. Once you manage to get them in, there's then the last bit, right? And the last bit is what I was doing wrong, is you need to get the yellow bit on the bottom, which has the arrow bit here, you know, this bit on the bottom, and then the loop down here, right? Now, I was trying to push it left, all the way around to the left, but it kept getting stuck on the top. But what you got to do is push it that way and round, squeeze it in that way to get it right up to the top, and then you pull it down to the right. So in other words, these two bits now, I need to pull them all the way up round to the right, up to the top, and then pull it back down to get it in that position, and we're done. I checked my finger that the wire wasn't hitting, so I'm hopeful, and I'll try and put it back together. At least I'll have a car soon. So now, you see, I've got it up to the top now, the yellow bit, right, with the hooky bit out to the right, and then if you just pop it round, and turn it, it's in, and then it is now in, fully in. So that is how you get it in, and then that is it in, and then you can tighten that screw there. So make sure you put your 3 screws in halfway up. Back to here, I had to get a friend, and he helped a bit, and then that's basically how you do it. But the key, definitely at the end, that once you've got, I mean, this bit here is infuriating, that bit that sticks out, but once you get it up and up, you then, the last part is just as I've shown you. So at least I can try to put the car back together now. This might get by the weekend.